Hello my friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works kitchen. It's too cold in the shop today. It's down in the teens and no point in trying to heat the whole shop up for this particular job. What is the job? Well, I'm going to try to replace the screen on my smartphone. What kind of phone? Well, it's a Google Pixel 7 Pro. So stay tuned. Right after this, we'll get started. Okay, my friends, to get started, first thing we're going to do is power off the phone. So let me find the power button there, and we will do a power off. While that is powering down, I'll tell you that all of these accessories and tools came from iFixit. iFixit seems to provide very quality items. This is supposed to be the OEM version of the screen. Supposed to be. I assume it is. I don't know. The toolkit comes with, looks like some tweezers here. Different kinds of tweezers, it looks like. These are pointed angle tweezers, and these are just kind of blunt nose tweezers. It's got some bits. It's got a suction cup. I would call this a stylus, possibly. Alcohol pad. This is just kind of like a little pry bar type deal, and here's your driver for the bits. It also comes with these guitar picks, which are used to pry open the case. It also comes with a heating pad that I have in the microwave right now that just finished heating a second ago. And here is the actual screen itself, and I haven't tried to take this apart yet, so don't know how difficult that is. There it is. This apparently is just the new sticky stuff that sticks the screen on. I'm not even sure what that is because I don't remember seeing that in any videos or anything. Don't know what that is. I'll have to maybe do some more research. And then here is the actual screen, and it comes with all the accessories and components. After you do this repair, then you have to reinitialize the fingerprint scanner and all that on here. Alright, well, I'm just going to set these parts out of the way for the moment because I've got to figure out a way to get the screen off. So let me go get the heater deal and we'll lay it on here. Honestly, this doesn't feel all that hot. They said it's heated for 30 seconds. And, you know, it feels real good and warm. Not hot enough that you can't keep your hands on it. I've got it bent here where it's going across the bottom and up this one side, and we'll leave it on there for a few seconds. Kind of moistening that suction cup a little bit because it might be helpful here in pulling this off a little bit. I just used my breath. I breathed on it to moisten it just a little bit. I feel like if this heat's gonna work and soften that, it may have already done it by now because it shouldn't take too long to soften that adhesive, I don't think. We'll leave it on here another few seconds. While that's warming on that, I'm going to get my close-up glasses. Okay, so let's see, does this start to pull it up? Oh my gosh! I don't think it's supposed to be this easy. I should tell you, I replaced this once before, and I replaced it with a lesser kit, and the adhesive I was not impressed with. In fact, I had to kind of make it work, and I think this proves my point. It wasn't very good. So, now that we've got that loose, I wonder if I can get this suction cup off. That sticks really well. Now that we've got it loose, there's a ribbon cable right here, and we need to undo that ribbon cable. And I'm just going to take these little deals here and see if this will work to undo it. There's a keeper here, a little metal keeper. Let me try to zoom you in. And this little metal keeper right here is just needs to be pried up. Not exactly sure where it catches and where the easiest way to pry it up. I know it's not very difficult if you get a hold of it just right, but apparently I'm not doing that. There it is. It popped out. Alright, I'm just going to lay the parts in this white tray. And then, once you get that, I'm going to use this stylus because it's kind of soft. And I'm going to pry up the little ribbon cable connector there. There it is. That's all there is to it. As I told you, this was a cheaper kit. I'm not really happy with this kit. The reason I'm doing this, in case you haven't figured out, is the screen had gotten really bad. There was lines down the screen, there were some dots on the screen. You know, I'm hoping that this replacement will fix all that. I also noticed that when I'm taking videos, there's something that appears to be on the screen. Now, it's not on the screen. I don't know, if I zoom out, it goes away, but only if I zoom out. So I don't know what the problem is there, but I'm hoping that this will fix that too. Now there's all kinds of adhesive strips, so we're going to throw all those on the pile here with the old screen. I can see these adhesive strips, so I'm just going to peel them off best I can. I had to put it on in little strips because the adhesive that they sent to you is just great big flat strips, and so I just cut them into real tiny thin strips and put them on here. And it basically worked, but I knew it wasn't very good. You know, I don't know how they expect you to do it with the crud they sent you on that cheap kit. This kit should be first class. I'm just hoping it proves out that way and I can show you the difference here, or how much better the new kit is. I would not recommend buying the cheap kit. This kit costs way more money. In fact, it's double the money. Like the cheap kit was around $100. This kit is more than $200. But I think you get what you pay for in this case. At least I hope I do. I'll be disappointed if I have the same problems after I replace this. Alright, I think that's it. Let me go around. I'm going to round it 2 or 3 times with my eyes. Different lights and moving it around because that's how you see it. And that's it. I'm sure that's it. I feel very confident we've got it all. I saw them using an alcohol cotton swab, so I'm going to go get a cotton swab and get some alcohol and clean it that way too, along with this pad. Okay, I've got some isopropyl alcohol. I'm just going to put a little in the cap here. Yeah, this is kind of dirty because of all that junk that was on there. You can even possibly see the dirt. Well, no, you can't because that thing won't focus whenever I have it zoomed in. But maybe you can see the dirt on the end there. I'm going to really try to do a very good job on this. The first time I did it, I don't feel like the job was very good, mainly because of inferior parts. I'm going to probably clean the whole back of this thing too. I feel like there's dirt everywhere. I think the dirt got in because it didn't seal very well. You got to be careful. There's these little clips, little prongs that stick up, and like you could easily bend them with this. Easily bend them. So be very careful if you're doing this. I can see that those little prongs would be easily bent. I think that did it. I don't know. I'm going to just lightly rub down in there where the connector is, but I'm not going to press very hard or rub very much on that. Just in case there's any dirt that's in there, it might pick it up. But I think you can probably see how much that has taken off there. It really was pretty dirty. Kind of a surprise. In fact, I think I'm going to take a clean one now and do the same thing again. Go around it one more time. Can only make it a better job, I think. Yeah, I still see kind of dark stuff coming off. According to the iFixit instructional video, the next thing to do is to temporarily connect this up and make sure that it works. And as long as it works, well, then we can, power back off and proceed. So in order to do that, we're going to need to get this tape off of this connector here. It's never simple, it should be simple, but it just isn't. There it is. All right, so I got to be careful with this when I pull this tape off. I don't want to damage the ribbon cable there. All right, and the way we can do this, I believe, is I'm going to put my close-up glasses on so that I can see exactly what I'm doing. And we can just press this into place. And I think we can use the little black tool here to kind of push it down. I think it locked in. All right, so now what I'll do is power it on. And I can see it's booting up here. I don't have the screen cover off of this. I don't know if I should take it off yet or not. I think I'm just going to leave it on. You can see it powering up, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is definitely working here. I can see it through the cover. I think I'm going to leave the protective cover on it until I'm finished because I don't want to scratch it up. So I can see the G under here, and it's scrolling across the screen this way. So I'm just going to wait till it powers up entirely. There it is. I think you can see it just powered up. Looks like it's perfect. Looks just really good. So, because it looks good, I think I'm going to power it off. Let me just see if it'll let me do that. I don't know if I can. I don't know if it's the easy way to power it off right now, to be honest with you. There it is. Okay, there's the power off button. It's shutting down. And we'll give it a few seconds here to shut down entirely. I think it's already done, but I'm just going to wait a few more seconds because there's no point in rushing it at this point in time. I think I'm good there now, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that back out. And we'll set that over here out of the way, safe. The next thing it's suggested to do is find the proper orientation for this. And I believe we've got it there. And we're going to proceed by peeling some of this film off. I think this is the tab here. But I've already, since we've already cleaned it, I think what we have to do is be very careful about how we lay this on here. I'm just going to double check where I'm at right here, and I don't want to get in any big hurries. I'm not going to press it into place yet. So let me do a little more double checking and we'll move forward. Okay, according to the directions, we've got this laid on here, and we need to just now press everything firmly into place. And I'm just using their little spud wrench thing to do that. There's adhesive at all points here, so you just take your time and make sure that your adhesive is adhering very well. Then once you get that, then the next step is to peel this blue off, but it said only to peel only the main part off and not worry about the little part yet. So I don't know, there's supposed to be some other part that stays. I'm not sure what that part is because I don't see anything, honestly. Well, anyway, I've got it peeled off. And then it said to connect this back up and put the bracket back in place. So we're going to put this back in place again. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm pressing the little keeper back into its spot. And it locks down. Once you get it there, it locks. So that's locked in. Okay, according to the instructions, there's another piece to pull off, and I think that's on the screen itself. And yeah, I guess it is. So I don't know. I'm a little confused on that because it doesn't look like what they showed in the video. It looks different to me. I'm sure that doesn't belong there. I'm sure that doesn't belong there. And I'm sure this other blue doesn't belong there either. At least I don't think it does. I don't know, that's a lot thicker. Maybe that stays. That really does look different than what they're showing. And they don't show this piece at all. It may just be an extra piece that I don't need. Everything else checks out, and I don't see what the purpose of this piece is. You can only get one shot at this, so I don't think I'm going to proceed until I know for sure what the purpose of this is. So I'm going to try to find that out. Like I said, this is not shown in their directions, and everything else matches exactly. Well, with the exception of that blue, they showed a little thin strip of blue being pulled off, and that was a great big piece. Other than that, I don't see anything. I'm looking around here to see if I see any more blue along the edges. I don't see anything. According to them, we just snap it back together. But I'm going to double check it just to be sure. Well, my friends, I've gone to the website and I see this part on when they're selling the kit, but I don't see any place where it tells you what to do with that. And I don't see any obvious place that it fits. I also watched the video closely, and while they don't ever tell you to remove these, theirs are missing. So I'm going to take them off. They're much thicker than the other plastic, but because it's this same blue plastic that you remove, I'm assuming you take it off. And I feel fairly confident in that because it does look right. I see some more blue here. Yeah, that's probably the blue they were talking about taking off. Yep, that's it. That's it. I couldn't see that before, but I see it now. Boy, I'm glad I'm reviewing all this because it's really hard. Okay, I think now, with the exception of this, which I just don't see any reference to this anywhere, I've tried finding places that makes it look like it should go there, and quite honestly, I don't see a place. Oh, I do see a place. It goes right there. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to replace it or not, but I see where it goes now. It goes right here. This is scarred up. I don't know why it's scarred up. I wonder if that would come off and I could replace it, or should I just put it on top of it? Well, that's definitely where it goes. They just don't make any reference to it. I think I'm going to replace it since this one's so scarred. It's got so many holes in it. I'm going to lay it this way first, and I'm going to monkey with this to see if this comes off. I don't think it comes off. I think what I'm going to do is, where it's tore, I'm going to just peel the little tore pieces loose. I'm just going to put it over the top, I guess. If I was going to do it, I probably should have done it before I put the screen on. I'm going to call that good and put it on there. I got it on there, and I'm kind of glad I did that because that other part was tattered. It was just ragged. I don't know what purpose this serves, but it's on there. Now that we've got all of those issues solved, I think I'm going to go ahead and close it up like it says, and you basically press firmly all the way around. Then what it says to do, after you got it all pressed firmly all the way around, is lay it on a flat spot like this, and then you put some weight on this thing all the way around. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, well, since I'm in the kitchen, well, actually Sue had a recent wood project, and these are just little scraps left over, so I'm just going to lay them on there to protect this, and then I'm going to set weights on here. That's what it says to do, and I'm going to just stack more jars. Since I'm in the kitchen, it seems makes sense to use kitchen things. And we'll stack yet another one on top of that. It says to leave it that way for like 30 minutes. I think we were successful. At least I hope we were. We won't know till we turn it on. Well, my friends, it's been sitting here for 30 minutes with the weight on there. That's supposed to make the screen stick to the adhesive better. Anyway, we're going to call that good enough. Now let's peel the screen off. And you can see there it looks really nice. Let's power it on. There you go. You can see it coming up. And we don't want to touch the screen as it powers up. Wow, that was quick. Didn't take it long. Well, my friends, it's been a couple of days now since I fixed my phone, and I thought it would be wise to fill you in on a couple of details. First of all, on the Google Pixel line of products, they have a fingerprint reader. And while the new screen does come with the fingerprint reader installed, you do have to activate it, and it is a complicated process. My intent was to film it. But unfortunately, it was so complicated and convoluted, and their instructions, in my opinion, are really poor. They give you all the information you need, but they don't necessarily put it in chronological order, which is what gets you all screwed up. So let me just try to explain to you. There's a process for activating your fingerprint reader. Now, if you don't know what the fingerprint reader is, let's see here. If I scroll up and put my thumb right there, see, it turns my phone on. So it reads my fingerprint now. See, I couldn't turn it on there just by scrolling up, but it reads my fingerprint, so it's locked to my thumbprint. Well, anyway, the point is to activate that. It's a process. iFixit does have on their website the process that you're supposed to go through. But I found it very difficult to understand. So what I wanted to tell you is the first thing you have to do, if you're using a PC, which is what I was using, a Windows PC, to talk to the phone, well, you first have to update your Windows PC with the driver for the Google Pixel 7 Pro. And you can get a link to the driver off of iFixit's website. So that part's not a problem. But the thing is, when you download that driver to your computer, it's going to come in a
zip file, and that means you have to extract the files out of it. So you can right click on it and then say extract all, and it'll extract all the files. Then you have to go inside the device manager, find your phone, then say update the driver, and then point it to the directory where you unzipped it. So, I mean, if you don't know a lot about computers, this could be difficult, and you might need to have somebody help you with that. But anyway, the point is you have to get that driver downloaded first. That's the first thing you have to do. If you don't have that downloaded, none of the rest of it's going to work. So anyway, once you get your driver, activated on your Windows PC, well, then you basically connect this up to your Windows PC. You have to start the phone in what they call fast mode, but iFixit tells you how to do all that. Once you get, you can basically follow the iFixit directions after you get your driver set up on your computer. That's really the bottom line. You can also watch other people that have been through it. There are videos on YouTube, and that's really how I figured out how to do it. I watched somebody else, and then it made more sense. I'm just telling you, there is a process to update the fingerprint reader. Other than that, everything has gone very well with this. I'm really very pleased with the screen, and it washes out here in the light, so I can't really show it to you very well, but yeah, it's hard to show you, but it works great. I have a phone case on it now with a plastic cover over the screen, too, to protect it. So I'm very, very pleased with the iFixit product, so I recommend it highly. I do not recommend buying the cheap versions, because that's what I did the first time, and I ended up buying twice. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you on the next video.